Today I want to talk about superdosing. It's something that's been in the media an awful lot in the last 2 or 3 years, and various people have different ideas of what superdosing is. Where are the benefits coming from superdosing? And I want to define it specifically in my situation as being using enough phytase to prevent the buildup of IP3 and IP4 in the gut of the animal. Phytases have traditionally been thought of as a means to provide phosphorus from IP6. And all phytases are called phytases because they attack IP6 and make from it IP5, which is a new substrate which phytases continue to attack. IP5 is then made into IP4, another phosphate removed and you generate IP3, and another phosphate is removed and you generate IP2. What I want to do on the next few visuals is to show you why I think we've got to consider the IPs 5, 4, 3 as being significant anti-nutrients just as much as IP6, and to stop considering phytases as simply a means of delivering phosphorus. You can see that there's a very negative correlation between the concentration of these esters and digestibility of energy, dry matter, nitrogen, sodium, magnesium and iron. And if you look at the correlation coefficient, or the R values here, they're incredibly high and very significant, which suggests that IP4 and IP3 really are quite malevolent esters in the digestive tract. They are not innocuous. And we have ignored these esters in the past with all of our research. And today, what I want to identify is that destruction of IP4 and IP3 is of great importance if you want to superdose correctly. If we look at the use of another phytase with slightly different enzymatic characteristics, what we can see from this work in chickens is that if we compare control animals with those fed 500 or 1500 units of this particular product, Quantum Blue, you can see in this particular case, there isn't actually a buildup of IP4 when we use the phytase. There's a very significant reduction of IP6, which is what you'd expect, and that's almost disappeared when you've used 1500 units as a superdosing dose. So superdosing removes the excess of IP3 and prevents the buildup of IP4. In fact, in this visual, you can see quite clearly the dramatic effects between a regular dose of Quantum Blue and the superdosing effects. Although we've highlighted IP4 concentrations being reduced by 32% when you superdose, in fact, the reduction in IP3 is even more dramatic. There's a 67% reduction in IP3 concentrations when you superdose compared to a regular dose of Quantum Blue phytase. What we've got to think of when we think of superdosing is not just simply getting rid of IP6, but IP5, IP4 and IP3 as well, because all of these esters play a significant role in reducing the ability of the animal to digest its feed effectively. In that regard, superdosing needs to consider destruction of IP4 and 3 just as much as it does IP6.